So something else occurred to us while we were in between episodes here.
Yeah?
Remember that at the end of the submarine route, Clover, who else was alive with her? It was Clover and Santa and Ace,
Yeah?
right, that were found in the original room.
Yeah.
And with those particular doors unlocked, which means that while we were in the 3 door, they found a way to get back there, open those doors, and get back to that area. Not only that, but June was already across the sun door and behind the door where the submarine was.
Mm-hmm.
So we were wondering whether or not we're going to actually have to manage, like, thinking about what keys they need and, like, how they get to different parts of the boat, and if that's going to come up later.
So we should take a look at that map, huh?
Yeah, I wonder, can we... Let me see.
We've never looked at this once.
We've never looked at this once, no.
Does anything happen if you click on the green areas? Wow.
Wait, it shows the casino that we were in last time.
Yeah, so it keeps the stuff, huh?
But it won't show the doors and stuff. Which is the interesting part here. Because I want to see more, like, what we need to figure then is, like, I don't know if the game will expect us to keep track of this to solve it ourselves or not, but, like, I think I'm going to have to go back and be aware of, like, okay, so from where they were in the hospital room, right, they were able to make their way back to the original antechamber by opening those particular doors, which means they were able to get those particular keys with their numbers. So that's something we're aware of, and we weren't keeping track of that, unfortunately. I'll probably have to go back and look at that while I'm editing that stuff. But just something that we wanted to be aware of, that we're thinking about as we keep going through the game here. Anyway. They stepped through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway.
Another hallway?
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway.
Come on, open.
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it.
They took a hold and shook, but it refused to move. Look, over here! Nearby was a pair of elevators.
Elevators and the buttons. Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice. Yeah.
Sure does. Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
Junpei grabbed a hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Oh, so it's a kitchen.
Santa did not look pleased. What were you expecting?
Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here. You really think it'd be that easy? Yeah, I know. Still.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room, until at last she stood in front of a door. If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
But don't we need a key for that? Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive.
Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. All right.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Escape room. Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him. As he did, hey!
What's that? Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him. Let me see that! She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself. I knew it. See? Look.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told. What did you figure out? Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
See, we came in here. If we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate. With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back now. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei.
Thanks.
He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
Then that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
That seems to be the most likely.
All right, we know what we need to do then.
Yes. Quick, you grab some of the knives and any of the spices you can find. I'll see what meats they have, and we'll have a fillet in no time.
Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Okay. But also beef? I don't know, Lotus really had me going with that whole beef idea. Seek a way out. All right. Sounds good.
Seeking time.
So this is the door we came in. Nope. I lied. Wow. All right. Oh, no. This is the door we came in?
Maybe.
All right. Well, we got a whole lot of places to look here. So let's start with, this is where we were first on. Let's look through here.
A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Interesting.
Should I write that down?
Maybe.
Let me grab a... Sorry, I'm going to adjust a little bit here as I grab a notepad document. Would you read it out to me while I move in?
App 9, meat 10, soup A, seafood F.
Thank you.
Those 9 plates look pretty expensive.
They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates.
Okay. Well, excuse me, princess.
What a timely reference.
1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. The middle is super deep for a plate.
They're soup plates. They're made that way so the soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out.
What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that?
All right, so that's a soup plate, and there's 10 of them, he said.
Mm-hmm.
And this, so... Actual plate count is appetizer 9, soup 10. What's next? I think there are 15 of these plates, assuming they're for seafood.
And how the hell can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store.
If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself, you know that? I feel sorry for June.
What? Why the hell are you bringing up June?
Ah, the lady doth protesteth too much, methinks. You're not terribly subtle.
This is just the actual quantities, but in hexadecimal, right? There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate.
Those plates are for serving meat. You really are ignorant, aren't you?
Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez.
How many are there for the meat plates? Oh.
This voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table.
It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. Plates on the table are 9 appetizer, 16 meat. Oh, it says, okay, so there's 16 of them. Is F 15 in hex?
Yeah.
Okay. And 10 is 16 in hex.
10 is A in hex.
No. 1, 0, 1 in the 16's place and 0 in the 1's place.
Oh, you're saying 10 in hex is 16 in decimal.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes. So that does actually work out. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here.
And hexadecimal is...
It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. The base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A equals 10, B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, E is 14, and F is 15. And 10 is 16. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added onto the normal number system after 9.
A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E equals 14, F equals 15, 10 equals 16, and so on. I think I get it.
Okay, yeah, so that is what we thought it was. I don't know why that's important,
Yeah,
but the voucher matches the plate count.
Yep.
I guess. So, and hex is a thing.
That's the exit. There's a big old iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it.
Well, not with that attitude.
A countertop. We got a rolling pin and a colander. Nothing useful, in other words.
Well, I want a colland.
A well-kept countertop. Doesn't seem to be anything useful on it, though.
You tried collanding harder? Hey, Santa. Could you open that door, please?
What the hell? There's no way I could open that thing. Guess you're getting to that age where your eyes start to go, huh?
You better watch your mouth, boy, or someone won't live long enough to see that door opened.
This has got the two of them on edge. We gotta get out of here, and fast.
All right.
There's an iron plate over the door. There's no way it'll open.
Got it.
It's a tank with a pipe coming out of it. Nothing really that special about it.
Okay.
It's just an industrial-sized bong.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a light hanging from the ceiling.
Okay. So that's really all it was just a primer on hex. Okay.
Seems like it.
It's over here.
It's a partition that splits the room. On the right side of the wall.
It's one of those swinging doors. You see them a lot in between kitchens and dining areas of restaurants. Without this door, you need to run all the way around the partition to get to the other side.
That'd really be a pain in the ass, huh? Well, I guess it's not really important, but still. Wow, this pot looks like it's made out of silver.
You probably don't want to smoke that. I bet
Got
drinking. Oh, right, the kettle. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy, though.
Spending a day off with June drinking tea.
You know, I'm wondering if we made the wrong decision by going through door 5 first, because we're getting a lot of like the early setup of characterizations for June and stuff, and by going through door 4 here, and a lot of like the thematic stuff for the rest of the game as well. Whereas the other time it was mostly just all business, at least the route we took.
We got a lot of the thematic stuff too with Seven's memories.
True,
and so
true.
on. So I think I imagine there will be some on every route. That's my guess. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me?
Junpei, what's up?
Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on.
Okay. Have you tried headbanging? To the music? Am I the only one that hears that?
It's a lot of notes. They've got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that.
Also, she said soup plates. Wouldn't that just be a bowl? Isn't a soup plate a plate that's really deep? Isn't that just a bowl?
No, it's a soup plate.
Okay, my bad. It's a bolt, and it's really rusty. Will this even open?
We won't know till we try. Let's give it a shot. All right, let's see if you're going to come out. Damn. No dice.
All right, so...
Just for you, I'm going to invent the sandwich bowl, which is a really shallow bowl for eating flat objects like sandwiches out of.
I hate it here.
A door. There's a bolt keeping us from opening it. Well, I can move the doorknob. Then I'll bet all we need to do is get this bolt off.
So we need something to help us get the bolt off, huh? A rusted bolt, huh? Store won't open until we could do something about this bolt. Maybe if we had some kind of lubricant.
Well...
Okay. So we need to find some lube, is what I'm getting. Okay. Let's take a look in here.
This shelf has a white cloth on it.
There's so much stuff in here. A lot of cans.
This is probably a pantry. There are cans lining every shelf in here. Wooden box on the second row, though.
Oh, I have to actually click on the box? Okay.
A rusty knife. I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
The knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was. It's futile. Everything is futile.
Futile?
Struggling? Trying to succeed when the outcome is guaranteed? All of it is... Oh, wait. Hey, what's going on? You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason, really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh?
As the opposite of utility. Wait, is that actually?
No, I don't think so.
She wasn't making much sense. Oh, sorry.
But what if it is?
Also, I like how I thought she was making a comment about the quality of the knife, and now this has turned into... Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last, she answered, well, it has something to do with the Titanic, right?
The Titanic?
Yeah. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted? No.
Yeah, we haven't. No, I haven't. What is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it, right? But it wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure in time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats, even the location of the accident itself, and the cause, and the location of the damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly. It was almost as if he had seen the whole thing happen. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided, and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Right, I knew you'd say that.
Huh?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
What? Automatic writing? Wait.
Automatic writing. For the people writing.
Are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yes. You know, from the people that made all that herbal tea. Right? Yes, that's the...
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull.
But, Junpei, you said you believe in curses.
Come on, that's totally different. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
What are you smoking?
This stuff I found in the cabinet. You want to
Yeah.
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes. 20 years before it happened. He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad.
Oh, well,
You know it's a good Uchikoshi game when you get all these random, like, bits of historical ephemera and thought experiments and stuff, right? That all in isolation seem to not make a ton of sense. But, like, when you start putting them one after the other, you're like, oh my god. And it's a very effective technique. It's used a lot in Somnium Files and Nirvana Initiative to great effect. And I'm glad to see it's always just been a thing.
It's also immediately catapulted June to my favorite character as she just stands here monologuing about insane conspiracy theories and everybody else is trying to survive.
Aliens! Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But... Her voice trailed off and she glanced at the floor, troubled.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife for the box. You're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty.
Yeah, I know. We can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this.
If we're gonna cut anything, we probably have to sharpen the knife. So we need to find like a whetstone or something. Okay. Stop spinning it around in your inventory.
I mean, we're in a sinking ship, so the wet part should be fine. We just need a stone.
Stop. I wonder what this is.
Cheese. I want these. I want my low poly cheese wheel that says the word cheese in Times New Roman on it. I demand this. I don't care that I'm lactose intolerant. Fax me one of these. I will eat it.
Fax.
Hey, there's something behind the cheese.
You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese?
Who moved my cheese? Is
I
that
did.
a timely meme? All right, guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back there.
Bottle of oil, huh? Oh, look, cooking oil. Probably use this to make something slippery. Like my dick. Yeah?
Got him.
You want to go and ride on my disco stick? I don't know why I've made June trans and horny, and also she's conspiracy-lated, but...
and has the genderqueer wristband, pride wristbands.
No, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with this.
It all tracks.
It all tracks. The reason Junpei didn't recognize his childhood friend was because she had transitioned now. Oh, that's so good for her.
There are a number of cheeses lined up on the shelf.
This is Gouda cheese, the most famous of Dutch cheeses. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad, so you can store it at room temperature for quite a long time.
So we can eat this?
Most likely.
I'm not hungry at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this.
I swear, you should have left out some hors d'oeuvres or something.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to focus on a death game if you're hungry?
I know, right? The light for the pantry.
All right, so we got some lubricant for the door over there. Let's see what else there is in here.
Yeah. A sink. It's still got water in it. There's a couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're going to help us much. It's a sink with water in it. There's a couple of plates in the water.
Okay. Can I look at the water? I can't. Okay. Oh, it's a whetstone. Sweet. Okay, so that'll help us sharpen.
Why is it wet? Oh, there's the water right there. That's why it's wet.
It won't let me put it in the water. I'm sorry. I tried though.
A whetstone? What are you planning to do with that? Oh, shit. Don't tell me you're going to try and smash open the card reader.
Are you an idiot? If you do that, then we'll never get out of here.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be bad, huh?
The whetstone's only going to be useful if we need to sharpen something.
Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this.
Junpei! You're going to get yourself cut if you keep turning it over in your inventory like that. Junpei over here doing knife tricks. Just doing cool knife tricks. Sorry, what were you?
Junpei, get equipped with +1 blade of slicing. Combat tutorial begin.
Oh no!
Maybe this table is for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. It's a partition that splits the room. Nothing suspicious about that.
That is a nice dish rack. I'd love to have that in my kitchen.
Why don't you take it back with you?
It's bolted down. Oh, are you offering to carry it for me?
Why don't you ask Seven?
You're kidding, right? You don't honestly think I'd let a beast like that into my home, do you? Got him.
Got him. They're lights, buddy. Nothing weird about that.
Okay, listen. You haven't been in half the rooms we've been in, my dude. There's weird shit everywhere. Oh. So that moves us over to that direction. Yeah, okay, so doing that will move us to that angle, and there's something there, but let's look at all this other stuff for now.
A trash can. There's nothing inside of it. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. Damn it, there's nothing in here.
Hey, Santa, digging through the trash really suits you.
What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, so I did it for you.
Oh, my. I don't recall asking you to do anything.
I ought to throttle you.
Squeeze me.
Does it feel colder in here?
Who says squeeze me anymore?
Oh, a countertop. There's a rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful.
I want to take that rolling pin. I want to take the colander. Colland. All right, let's look over here.
All right, it's going. Do you think this was all part of Zero's plan? Probably. Kind of hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere. I wonder what this drawer is.
You see the metal grate on top of the grill? They make it like that so the fat and juices can drip off into the meat while it cooks.
The drawer seems to be stuck. It won't open. The drawer seems to be stuck. It won't open. It's a grill. There's some coals down here. They're bright red. It looks like the area under the plate opens up.
No, you can't. I already checked. It's sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes. So we've got a hot thing over here for some reason.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got over here.
All we got here is a pot and frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead. Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious?
Again with these timely references.
There are some bottles of seasoning in here.
No, that's not seasoning.
This is the door we came in through. It's not locked, so we could go back out, but what's the point, right? All that's out there is an iron gate and a dead-end hallway. Yep, might as well be locked for all the good going back out there would do.
All right, that's the way out. We need a card, okay. Let's look down here. So the order they were in on the note was not... Oh, it's probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. If you put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. So, do we want to put it in like the plates were lined up, or like it said on the note?
Let's try like sit on the note.
Which was... Junpei, why don't you try entering the numbers we found on the voucher earlier?
The one that said appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F?
Yeah, convert the 10 A and F to base 10.
Well, it's worth a shot. No dice. Looks like that's too many numbers. Interesting. How many numbers are there? Looks like the number on the voucher isn't the actual passcode.
Okay, well, let me enter something. No?
Interesting. So we have to find something else. This is the display area above the buttons.
Okay, so we have to find... Okay.
An iron oven. Looks pretty heavy duty.
It's probably industrial quality. Bet you could cook anything with this.
Anyway, let's have a look inside. Damn, I knew it. It's locked.
All right.
So I guess we gotta grease that door.
Yeah, let's go grease that door real quick.
This bolt is rusted in place. It won't budge. Of course. Maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey, just a little bit of oil and come on, you little son of a bitch. Whoa. Haha, yes, got you, you little bastard.
You did it, Junpei. You're so smart. And tall. And wielding a knife right now. All my favorite qualities.
I see.
I don't know why I'm doing this to June. I'm so sorry. You don't deserve this.
June is our new meme girl for the week, apparently.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, June is the meme girl now. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Ugh, it's cold in here. What is this place? Are you blind? It's a freezer.
Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation. Oh, no way! That is way too cold for me. I will freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm just gonna leave the rest of this to y'all. And with that, she ran out of the room. Which... Fair. As Lotus left, June came in. Whoa, it's really cold in here. White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to shiver.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever is gone now.
But...
Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
Huh? When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find the door they had only recently come through was closed. Huh! Junpei rushed to the door.
No, why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed a hold of the doorknob.
Ow.
Yeah, that's going to be like, you're going to, you don't want to touch that with your bare hand. It was cold beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful.
The knob's frozen.
But why? They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured.
Looks like the pipe next to it broke and...
Water released by the rupture hit the door and frozen instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey, Lotus, you're out there, right? Open the door.
She wasted no time in responding. What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open. Try opening it from that side, please.
Oh, fine. You say so. Hold on. Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Ah! Ah! Then the grunting ceased and they could hear light panting as if from exertion. It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out. Huh?
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, it could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Anyway, let's find a way out.
It doesn't seem like that could have possibly been a planned part of the puzzle, right? Having a pipe rupture at exactly the time you closed it after someone entered.
I don't know, maybe it could. If we don't get moving, we're going to be permanent residents.
2 heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay? Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Okay, so what do we got here? Just these 2 screens? Awesome. Dry ice.
Dry ice?
Can't you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode? Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding gas.
Okay. Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeve so as to avoid burning himself.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, it is. I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again. Hell if I know. How's that going to help us anyway? Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here.
They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is minus 109 degrees. Any warmer than that and it'll turn into gas. Any lower and it becomes a solid.
Junpei looked at her, dumbfounded.
How do you know that?
How do you not? Despite my looks, I'm the queen of random knowledge.
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yeah, that's it. You should come kiss it just in case.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Pretty sus if you ask me.
Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei? It did seem rather odd.
Yeah. It is kind of weird.
June answered.
But it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns into a liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere normal air pressure.
It won't turn into a liquid, right?
That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimation and change immediately from a solid state into a gaseous one.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees.
So's your mom? Got him.
Got him. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
June replied with an answer that stunned both of them.
This is a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Huh?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees. You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until 96 degrees.
Water
Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. Junpei was cold as hell, but this was too interesting to ignore. He did his best to warm up by rubbing his arms and stamping his feet, then put the question to June.
So, what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Lamau, this is totally the thing you brought up. You fucking called it.
Got him.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up. So, is this thing called Ice 9 or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite, right? They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So, you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
She wasn't finished.
Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it, but whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin was on its way to England by ship, was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance, by the way. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. Ooh! And now, it's happening everywhere. It could be happening right there.
Junpei,
Absolutely impressed.
impressed with this shit right here. Was honestly impressed. It was, in fact, a pretty interesting story. I wonder if that's true.
It can't be, right?
No, well, that's one of those things where, like, it can't be, but also I don't know enough about it to dismiss it out of hand without reading about it first, you know? So it's like, it's one of those things where, like, there might be a subtlety to it that makes it not quite what it seems. But, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
Also, I love how I'm making every single one of her stories a spooky ghost story.
Absolutely.
To his surprise, it was Santa, not June, who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean. A lot like? That would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees, man, it'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern.
At any rate, we're not going to have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
He was right. Junpei shivered.
All right, guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic.
Let me know if you need any more spooky science lessons. Ooh,
I mean,
science.
I know I'm kind of at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. Seriously. I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland, the noted origin of Santa Claus. I freaking hate the cold.
Well, actually, Iceland is kind of warm compared to... Okay, well, never mind.
So let's get cracking, all right? We got to find a way out of here.
Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to their search.
Ice 9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. Okay, anything else in here? No, just meat and stuff we can't do anything with. Frozen chicken, huh?
It's really hard. It's frozen stiff, actually.
Hey June, can you say that again?
Wow, it's really hard. It's almost frozen stiff, actually.
Say it again.
It's really hard, Junpei. Hey, Junpei, it's really hard. And just flex. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so hard. It's breaking apart. It's too brittle. Oh no. What have I done? There's no putting it back together anymore, Junpei, I'm sorry. I've broken it irreparably.
Again. Thanks. Something wrong, Junpei? Your face is bright red. Nothing, I'm fine.
She's clearly been flirting with him, so I like the idea that she played still.
If it's that hard, you can probably use it as a hammer.
Yeah, good point. Maybe we can use it to break something.
Sorry. I'm done now, I promise.
There's some frozen meat up there. Looks like pork.
Oh, what's this? It looks like a tag or something.
A chunk of pork.
Jumpy, is there a slip of paper in that meat?
I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try and pull it out, it'll probably rip. You need to defrost that. Don't think we're going to be doing that in this room.
All right.
Everything's frozen in here.
Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting.
All right.
Shelves are covered with frozen food.
Nothing special. All right. Just wanted to double check everything.
No good. I can't hit it hard enough to break it. Maybe it just needs more of a shock, you know?
More of a shock, you say?
Hey, Junpei, didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah. There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together?
Oh, so we need a sealed container, huh?
That ice keeps the doorknob from moving. I can't open the door as long as it's there. Maybe if I put some of the dry ice into a sealed container with some of that warm water.
All right, so we need a container. Oh, is that...
And there's... Well, let's interact with the stuff on this screen for a bit.
There's water dripping from the pipe.
It looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. This water actually seems almost warm.
All right, so can we not...
There's warm water flowing from the pipe.
Can I not interact with, like, the water itself?
Yeah, seems like not.
All right, so... We need a sealed container, then.
This thing is covering something.
It's frozen solid. I can't flip it over. The cover, it's frozen in place. I can't get it off. It's a thin pipe.
All right, so...
No luck. It's too hard. I can't break it. There's too much mist to see what's going on over at the other end.
Huh, okay, so then... Oh! I didn't even notice this down here.
There's so much stuff in here. Why don't we take some of it out, Jumpy?
A storage area built into the floor like a small cellar. There are a couple bottles in here.
Got some rope. Okay.
It's a rope.
Well, we could use it to attach something to something else, I suppose.
Okay.
A storage area.
Okay, so... Sorry, some of the stuff it'll let us interact and some of it won't. Okay, water bottle.
A water bottle.
Yep, a water bottle.
All right. Oh, so we got to put the water in the water bottle. All right, so let's...
There's warm water flowing from the pipe. Seems like that's not it then.
Oh.
There we go. Let's start off by putting the dry ice into the water bottle. But the dry ice is too big. Well, you gotta figure out a way to make it smaller then, don't you, genius? Hit it with the chicken. Hit it with the chicken. Hit it with the chicken. All right, the dry ice is all in pieces now.
Awesome.
I'm gonna put these pieces of dry ice into the water bottle.
Awesome. And now we...
Not yet, Junpei. We're not gonna get the result we want unless you can hook that bottle to the doorknob somehow. It's gotta explode right next to the ice on the doorknob. We need to figure out a way to attach the bottle to the doorknob.
Alright, so we're going to want...
Some rope. And let's just tie a rope on here.
Water bottle bomb. Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door.
Put water into the bottle with dry ice and make sure the lid's closed. Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. All right, that's set. So, what do we do now? We just need to give it a little tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own. Small rock. Small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across it were pieces of dry ice left over from the larger chunk he crushed earlier.
All right, this ought to do the trick.
He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burned, grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Some dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
It was a pretty good size, about as big as a pool ball.
All right, guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Both Santa and June looked at him with new concern.
Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius?
There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled open the door to the small cellar.
Come on, get inside, quick.
Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
All right, here I go. 3, 4, 5.
You're counting the wrong way.
Whoops. That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man. Sorry, dude. All right, for real this time. You guys ready?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Just throw the damn thing. All right, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June, just as... Junpei leapt up out of the cellar and ran to the door.
Junpei! The ice on the door, is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. The blast must have shattered it. Yes. All right, let's see if it opens.
Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed with all his might. The door gave way easily, and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once.
Hooray, we're out!
June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor.
Move.
Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Ow, god damn it. Hot, hot, hot. Fuck.
He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage.
Well, you did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen? Hey, where's Lotus?
It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest. Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys. With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked toward her.
What were you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die.
Oh, yeah? But you didn't, so everything worked out all right, didn't it?
What the hell?
Just kidding. Might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Don't give me that crap.
There's a lot early in the game. We got some of it in our route that kind of tries to play up Lotus as someone who's scheming and willing to kill people. Maybe she does in the other routes, but in the route we played, she was she was genuinely thinking about how best to save the most people.
Yeah.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble as well. If you died, then I'd be stuck here and I'd die too, you see? I did all that I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door. but I couldn't find anything. So all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops? It was true that there wasn't much else she could have done, but something about her tone. Junpei gritted his teeth.
Fine. But there's one thing I have to ask you.
And what's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you died, then I died too.
Yeah, I guess so.
Seems that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
If she had really wanted to kill us, all she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least, not an attempted murderer.
Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Huh? Well, all right, that's fine. As long as you understand. Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back toward Junpei and Lotus.
Hey, no more screwing around, you two.
Why did you speak the numeral 2?
I don't know. Break time's over, though. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
You wish your ass looked like this.
I do.
How rude. I was plenty busy.
Yeah. How about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go.
All right, so we got some meat now.
Time to cook?
Time to cook some meat.
Slap it on that grill. Grilling time.
It's grilling time.
Guess I'll put this meat on the grill.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you going to do if the paper burns?
Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's going to burn right away, right? We just got to keep an eye on it, and the paper will be fine.
Well, they can argue all they want. Oh, sorry.
Well, they can argue all they want. I'm going to keep an eye on this pork. Cool, looks like it's about time. I'm going to try taking the paper out.
Junpei, be careful.
Sweet of her to care, but I know what I'm... Oh, ouch.
See? I told you.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. This thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out.
So are we going to have to cut the meat then?
Yeah, looks that way.
If only we had a knife we prepared earlier.
All right, now that I've sharpened the knife, yes, I've cut the pork. Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper.
C plus 10 plus F.
C plus 10 plus F. Do you think it's some kind of code?
Damn it, they're just screwing around.
C is what?
That's gonna be
12? 10, 15. Okay.
Junpei, do you know what C and F stand for?
You think maybe it means corporate finance?
Yes, that's almost assuredly it.
I thought it was clever and funny.
I love how much of the wordplay still gets maintained in the
Yeah.
in the, like I'm sure it's not the same wordplay.
But they found something that works.
Right, exactly. But the tone of it, right? Like that kind of feeling of mouth sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I love. All right.
Anyway, we gonna eat that?
All right, so C10F. C is 12, right?
This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Maybe the note you found earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E is for enter and C is for clearing.
So basically, when I'm ready to submit my answer, I press E. So if I screw up, I just press C, right?
Lotus nodded.
All right, let's give it a shot.
All right, so we think it was C10F?
Yep.
12, 10.
Interesting.
Oh, so we add them.
So 12 plus 10 plus 15 is just 37, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting. Okay. 12. What is that in hex? What is 37 in hex? That is 25? Because 16 times 2 is 32. And then 5 more. 25, right?
Wait, but...
No, we're adding them.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So C is 12, right?
Yeah.
10 is 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going wrong.
Yeah.
10 is 16. So what's 12 plus 16 plus 15? 31, 33, 43? That's 43 in base 10, right? Let's try entering that first.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
So the note says C plus 10 plus F, right? If we convert that to base 10, that's 12 plus 16 plus 15.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
see, that's where we were tripping up.
Yeah.
12 plus 16 plus 15 is 31, 33, 43. So let's see if it's 43, and if not, we'll convert it to hex and try that.
Okay.
There we go.
That's all it was. Excellent. Good catch.
Sounds like metal is falling.
Well, I guess that went well. Yeah, the door opened.
Good job, Junpei.
Oh, so they had the Saturn key card already from doing this room.
But that's a key card. Or not a key.
Yeah, the Saturn door was held by a key card machine.
Oh,
it had
okay.
a lever on it.
Okay.
So they had so someone in that group had it already. So
Okay.
when we went through door 5, who would have had it? It would have been
Not Snake or
so
7.
like yeah, Lotus, Clover, Ace, June, and Lotus, Clover, Ace, June. Who am I missing?
Who are you missing?
I don't know how to math.
Who are we forgetting? It's not number 9. There should be one more person. It's not
Snake, and it's not 7.
7.
Santa.
Santa.
Right, of course. Okay, which makes sense. Which makes perfect. Okay, so we don't have to worry about how they opened that door. So one of them had the card already.
Okay.
So presumably whichever one of them was in charge of solving the puzzles on their end had the card.
Okay. This looks like a lowercase h, but the line through it is throwing me off.
This is the symbol for Saturn. Remember? There was an elevator next to the main staircase. Wasn't there a mark on this card reader next to it?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I guess that means that card ain't gonna help us get out of this room then.
I'm not so sure about that. Why don't we try it out?
Yes, I think it's unlocked now.
You did it, Junpei. Let's get out of here.
Do you remember the other door that they had to open in order to get to where they had been?
No. Yes, let's go.
I'll go back and check between episodes, because I should pay attention to what doors were already unlocked. Because we've accounted for one of them, and I don't remember what the other one was. So presumably that's one of the ones we find in one of the 7 or 8 doors.
Maybe. I think we've been here before.
A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen. The elevators are over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
That means the map was right.
Looks like. Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move, you say?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we? He's right. Let's get started.
From the
looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D. First, A and B. They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped. Yeah, there were 2 doors.
That one's the casino room, if you recall from when we looked at the map earlier. So that's the puzzle. That's the second puzzle that the other group is doing right now.
Interesting. So this connects with the same rooms. But they were both locked and we couldn't open them. Now, route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase. That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Yep. Because remember, that's where they came from.
Mm.
Then do you think we could meet up with the other 4 after this hallway? No, I don't think we will. Why not? Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed. But it's open now. What do you think that means?
They opened it.
Most likely they did.
Then if we take route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
Then that means...
Yeah, because they went in. Because remember, they got to here. The kitchen door would have been locked for them, so they had to do the casino puzzle, and that got them through the grating.
Mm-hmm. And interestingly, wait, the casino wasn't one of the rooms that Seven propped open, was it?
No.
Okay. I was wondering if that was a difference here, but it is not.
All four looked at the map. They all looked at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down deeper into the ship. This really does feel like the one we were meant to play first, but well, that's fine. Because it's definitely holding your hand through a lot more of the exploratory stuff. Route D, then.
D it is.
Yeah. Yep, Route D. It's that big D.
Then we're set.
This is nuts.
Got him.
They jogged down the stairs until they reached the C deck.
Everything looks okay here. Let's check the next deck just to be sure. Yeah, just like I thought, D deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase, huh?
The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror.
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C deck. What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs. Just like the floor above.
Hold on, these are kind of different. See, there's a card reader on the side.
Another strange mark, huh?
Hey, look, it's Lotus's symbol.
Huh?
See, it's the woman's symbol with horns on it. That seems like...
Oh my god, what is your problem?
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat. What was that about the mark, again?
Nothing?
Uh-huh. Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, June spoke up.
This is a Mercury symbol. The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Hermes, herpes, whatever.
What?
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Probably.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Whoa, there's so many doors.
They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it, if we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
I think the sun is already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's gonna be going down anytime soon.
Not if you play your cards right. Got him.
Got him.
You two are the most annoying flirts I have ever met. You know that? Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Time to head back to the stairs.
To their right was a small hallway.
A what?
Small way, if
Thank
you will.
you. Thank you. And now the right hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led toward the stern, and at its end was a set of double doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Well, let's open them.
All right, let's start with this one.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm gonna open it.
Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. And this is going to be everyone rejoining, right? Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
Yep. This is when we make it here.
Yeah. All right. So, well, let's see. He simply stood unable to speak. The others simply stared open-mouthed. For a few long moments, Santa managed to speak. Yeah, because this will be different because we got a different group with us.
What the hell is this? This place is huge.
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds.
There are beds everywhere.
They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Mattresses? No. Come back to me on that one. Is this a hospital?
He had been at least able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room. It definitely has that smell to it.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools. Hey, look there, the 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt they're numbered doors. Why is the second door blank? That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
Well, because now we know what that is, because that's the output door. These ones don't lead further in; they loop back after you're done with them.
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Junpei headed toward the doors, weaving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left and moved to the right until he reached door 8. Won't open? Won't open. Won't open. Bothers me that the handles behind the paint jostle differently from the paint on the door.
It's no use. Take this. Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the nonnery game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't, Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember the red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But this one right here. There's nothing on it. Isn't that right?
I wonder if it's broken. Only one way to find out. It's not responding.
All 4 took turns placing their hands over the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled at the lever and it still did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red door. It wasn't only the red for door 8 that was behaving strangely.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean? I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
It was at that moment they heard a voice from behind them. I believe the bottom of the device has been removed. They spun around to see. Hello.
Snake.
But it was more than just Snake. Oh, heya!
Ace. Clover. 7.
Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. It had been the other party who had opened the gate in front of the kitchen. It wasn't unreasonable they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How? How did you guys?
How'd you end up here anyway?
That's my line.
Perhaps we should exchange information then.
Oh, interesting. It tells us which ones we picked first last time.
Interesting. Okay, this is interesting. So, it's showing we can go back to the casino on this route, which is... Yeah. We went to the first class cabin last time.
Yeah.
Let's try picking these in a different order real quick
Let's do that. Let's
go to the casino first.
How about the casino on B deck?
Okay, let's go, Junpei.
They took off up the stairs at a run. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not seeing it.
Really? Well, maybe you need to look harder.
I don't think that's the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Do you care to hear it?
Let's try refusing and leaving this time.
Yeah, let's see what happens. No, that's all right. Let's go, June.
Junpei tugged June's arm and her led her quickly back toward the stairs.
Was that okay? You didn't think we should have listened to her?
No, I've got a pretty good idea what her proposal would have been. We should be looking for Snake.
Oh, okay.
Well, where should we go next?
Interesting. Okay. Let's go back to the hallway is where... That's where Clover is, right?
Yep. Let's go back downstairs and check out that hallway with all the doors.
Together they ran down the stairs.
Oh, it's Ace.
Ahead of them, farther down the hallway, they spotted Ace. Hey, Snake, where you at? Answer me if you're there.
We should let Ace handle it. Why don't we just leave this area to Ace? We can go somewhere else.
I don't mind. But where?
Well, let's see.
First class cabin?
It's interesting that it'll let us go back to the casino.
Let's see what that did.
Let's go take a look around the casino.
Okay, let's go.
They quickened their pace and headed for B deck.
There's no one here. Let's try somewhere else.
Oh, okay. It'll
Okay.
just let it. Okay. So let's go to the first class cabin.
Let's go take a look at the first class cabin. It's really close.
They turned around and took off down the hallway to their left. That's where Clover's going to be. Outside the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall. She was staring at meaningless point of the wall, her eyes blank. What should Junpei do? Let's leave her be.
Yeah.
Because not only do we know what she's going to say, she doesn't want anyone around right now.
Yeah.
Something told Junpei that Clover probably wasn't in much of a mood to talk. He leaned over and whispered quietly to June.
Maybe we should leave her alone.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They turned around and walked quietly down the stairs. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed.
We really need to find Snake for Clover's sake.
He did his best to push away the misery and depression and forced a smile.
So, where do you think we should go next?
Back to the large room, right?
Yeah, I guess. Let's head back to the large hospital room.
All right, that's probably the best idea.
Together, they ran down the stairs.
Hey, wait, that's...
On the way to the large hospital room, Junpei and June noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door.
Santa?
Junpei paused. What should Junpei do? So interesting that Santa's hanging out in front of the 3 door.
Yeah?
Interesting. It's just a weird place for him to hang out, knowing what we know about where Snake went and how we suspect he got there.
Yeah. It's also interesting that these get fixed at some point, right?
Yep.
It's not that we find them. Someone sneaks in and fixes them.
Yep, while everyone has gone off on their own direct. Because before we get to this branching point here, everyone has gone off on their own directions.
Yeah. But we see Santa here. So this happens sometime after Santa is here, but before we come back?
The snake thing, you mean? I don't... Because Ace we found already looking around and stuff still.
Yeah. And Santa's here. So when does this all happen?
If Santa was involved, though, I don't think Santa could have been involved in opening the door, not without so many more other people involved.
Yeah.
So I think Santa is just here.
Yeah. And I'm it's less that I'm trying to suspect Santa. I'm just trying to work out when could this have happened. If Santa is here refusing to search, then it couldn't be that Snake was tossed in there at this time when everyone split up.
True.
It must have been previously when people were searching the rooms.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then, when were these fixed? Are they fixed now? And Santa just doesn't notice? It would seem odd. The screens would be on now.
Yeah.
You'd think people would know. And in fact, people went and searched for everything and then came back here. Didn't they? That's when we noticed Snake was gone, but we didn't notice the doors. Something weird is up.
Huh. I guess you could throw them in, take them out. Like, if you had the things on, you could always take them back out again.
Yeah. If you are the person who has them, you could open it just long enough to toss Snake in.
I'm wondering how much we should worry about the timeline here when it's already like a branching thing where you have to do several different things to move it on, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it is possible that Santa just steps away at some point here and this
Yeah.
all happens, but it's still interesting, at least.
Yeah.
That it's not as clear as, oh, we can isolate when this happens.
Either that or Santa is like a knowing and privy to what happened and is okay with it.
Yep.
Because he has a very melancholy thing that he talks about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Junpei turned around and walked away from Santa.
I doubt we'd learn anything from him anyway.
Jumpy.
No, nothing. Let's go, June.
Junpei took June and left with the large hospital room. Where would they go next?
Hey, Jumpy. Have you ever heard of the name Goncharov?
Goncharov? Can't say it rings a bell. Is that some sort of scientist?
It's a movie, actually, about the Italian mob. Goncharov is the eponymous protagonist.
Hang on a second. Italian? I thought Goncharov was a Russian name.
Well, yes, but the movie takes place in Italy. That's not what's important right now. What's strange about this movie is, although it was supposedly released in 1973, It only started gaining attention in 2022.
Almost 5 decades later. Marketing really flubbed that one, huh?
Well, that's not it. The movie doesn't exist.
Wait, what? What do you mean it doesn't exist?
It never did. There never was a movie called Goncharov. Only one day in 2022, the internet started talking about it as if it was real. As if everyone had already seen it.
That has to be a prank, right? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time the internet took a liking to spreading lies, would it?
Well, that's true. Especially on Tumblr where the phenomenon originated. But what if there's more to it? What if the knowledge of that movie was plucked from some alternative timeline where the movie was critically acclaimed and transmitted to our timeline through fields invisible to the naked eye?
Come on, that's insane. Isn't it way more likely that Tumblr was, being Tumblr?
Well, maybe, but isn't it strange that the name of the movie, its director, its cast of characters, the voice actors playing them, and the year of its release was unanimously agreed upon by one of the most inconsistent and chaotic blogging websites out there?
That's...
I'm not done yet. Not only that, but the events of the story, the relationships between characters, interviews with the cast, audio recordings of the movie's score, fandom discourse, and multiple GIF sets of the movie footage started appearing on everyone's dashboards. And none of the information contradicted each other.
Could that really be? A movie that was transmitted to the public consciousness from another timeline.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
All right, did we make a decision on what door we're doing?
Which door lets us go with June? Either of them?
Oh, we had a recording break in between these two halves here, so I actually don't remember which one. Let's work it out. Lotus is going in door 8, right? We're number 5. We go in door 8 with her. Then that gets us up to 13. We need to get to 17, so that wouldn't leave room
to
for
17? To 18, right?
To 17.
Oh, for door 8, sorry.
Yep. And then for door 7, 7 said he was going through that one, right? Yeah, so no matter what, I don't think it lines up with June coming with us.
Where does everybody else go?
Oh, let me see. Will it... Huh. I hadn't even thought it through.
Can we see a backlog?
No, I just tried to bring up the backlog and I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's all we know right now is that 8 is taking 8 and 7 is taking 7. So who's left over? 4, 5, 6, and 3, right? Yeah, so we can't because she'll have to go with Santa in order to make up 9, and we'll have to go with Clover to make up 9.
Okay.
Because, so we can't go with June no matter what we do here.
Interesting.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Do you have any preferences, though?
Nah.
In that case, can I go for door 8?
Sure.
Knowing what we know, we've already learned some stuff about Lotus from the end of the last round, so I kind of want to learn more.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with door 8. Okay, 8 it is. Yeah. All right, then. That means June's got to go through 7.
Right, because remember, the whole big deal about going through 3 is that we could take June with us.
Right.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are going to keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it. Plan A, have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
The thing is that 7 and 8 have already locked to their doors, which means you can only go through then if you have a total of 9.
Mm-hmm.
Given that 3, 5, 4, and 6 are left, the only way to make 9 out of those is to add 4 and 5 and 3 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what, it's...
Plan B, 4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8. Plan C, or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corners of her eyes.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't going to see each other again for a long time, huh?
Junpei felt as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face, but he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the six of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never going to see each other again. We got to split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're going to connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not going to end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing.
Nothing.
The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them and, with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's going to be fine. We're going to see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
All right, you promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked toward door 7, while Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Then Lotus laid her hand against her chest, turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Yeah? Okay.
Then shall we go? Beep, beep, beep.
Excellent.
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
All right, let's go.
Hurry!
Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped.
Ugh.
He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met.
June.
Junpei. Before we go, there's something I have to tell you.
What would that be?
When I listen to certain kinds of music, it makes You didn't let me finish, Junpei. Oh, I get it. Are you also a fan of Deft Ones? We can have this conversation later. All right.
Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds. What the hell are you doing? Then someone took a hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door.
Oh no, not Junpei's body. I need that. For reasons.
He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep. 81 seconds left. Hurry. Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead.
Ugh.
Junpei and Clover followed her as fast as they could. Well, it stopped. With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof perhaps.
Pointless.
She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity. What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake.
Well, if we did it any other way, then it would be Vivian talking to herself for the entire time. That'll be fun when we do have to do that door, but until then.
Wait, it will? Who
Yep,
will
'cause
end
that'll
up going
be
with us?
Seven, Clover, and Junpei. I'll still narrate, though.
Except I narrate during the investigation sequences.
Oh, no. I can take over one of them when we get... We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Too late now. I better catch up to them.
After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed. It's a dead end. The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end. There's a door on the left, though. For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
Laboratory, huh?
That doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place at all.
Me either, but there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei?
Huh?
Please, you first. Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Fine.
Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
You know, I think your face looks into another room.
Got him.
Got him. Maybe it's for monitoring something? Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
He wasn't sure what else to say. In the center of a room shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table. That looks so creepy, actually. Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up next to him. Hello.
Hello. It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
Oh,
It's creepy either way. You, don't think that thing is gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying. She was gripping her arms, the knuckles on her hands white.
Wait, where's Clover?
She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad.
What is she?
There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, he spoke.
Are you okay?
Clover looked away.
What are you talking about? What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet. What? I can't be quiet if I want to? Well, I mean, of course you can. I just, Okay then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay? Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment, then suddenly...
Junpei, you just don't get it.
Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and he stumbled backward a few steps, alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind. Something happened to him. Something bad.
And we already have an inkling of what that is. Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned toward them. What happened? Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei.
Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk away quickly.
Hey, wait, Clover. Hold on, that way is... I told you to leave me alone.
He might as well have been talking to a wall for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway. Clover, watch out above you! And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, sealing Clover in.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on, I'll get it open.
For crying out, you'll never do it on your own. Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but...
Ah! Damn it, it's not moving. Wait, are you just gonna give up just like that? No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is, then there's got to be a way to open it, right? Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there. Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Seek a way out. Huh. So her getting trapped behind the portcullis was like a part of the setup of the puzzle? Oh, she went in there. Okay. Oh, hold on. You know, this room really reminds me of the one room in Somnium Files. It's got a very similar vibe to it. All right, let's look around.
Junpei, do something, please. Quick, figure out how I'm gonna get out of here.
All right. You don't need to be a negative Nancy about it.
A window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it.
Well, that's good we don't have any bullets then.
It's a silver handrail.
Oh, we can look inside though.
I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only used the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Erase ink from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back.
Interesting. So we can look in and give her directions.
Yeah.
If I recall, like, do you remember how to do that?
Is that a thing?
The way you do it is actually put more on top of it to create a layer that's easier to wipe away, and then you can just spritz and wipe it off.
That's cool.
At least that's how they did it back in middle school. Okay. Oh, can hand it to Clover through the bars, right? Okay.
Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. I think this thing is a monitor for whatever experiment they were running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. The power's off, so there's nothing on it right now. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter.
How do you know what that is?
And this is the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? Nope, nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens.
Interesting.
I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird colored stains all over the sink.
Ew. I want to think about that. All right.
Those are the stairs I just came down. The bars and the gate are just above me.
Okay.
It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside.
We're probably going to have to give her directions in here then at some point when we have a better idea of what to do there. Let's look around.
This looks like the control for an electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display. That means it's locked. If we can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back.
This looks like the control for some kind of electronic lock. The red light is on.
Then it's got to be locked.
There's a green light just below it, although that one isn't lit.
I bet it'll turn on if we can unlock it, right?
Yeah, but how are we going to do that? There's no keyhole, no card reader, no keyboard for putting in a password.
I have no idea.
Quick, Junpei, what's your password? All
My
right,
password?
Throw me some numbers. The hands on the clock have stopped moving.
The clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. We need to figure out a way out of here.
Poetic.
I wonder what this cable is connected to.
Okay, one side of this thing is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is.
In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory.
Interesting. Okay. Let's keep looking around. There's a lot of stuff here. You like stuff?
Sure. I don't know how we could use any of these.
Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things.
Which one?
The one on top. I think it's a power cable.
The power cable, huh? I'll take that.
All right. This is definitely a power cable, all right. Remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? I don't think we did yet, but we should take that with us.
The machine that Clover was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Could probably hand it to her then.
A stand for various pieces of equipment. Some of them might be useful.
Keep taking a look.
This is a keyhole.
This looks like a keyhole for the activation key, which we don't have.
I think this thing's supposed to power that machine in the other room.
Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that at the moment. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. Really old type of keyboard. Not that old. Oh. Can you bring me back here? Okay. What up here? 2 levers here. Think they activate something?
Well, why don't you move one?
All right, I'll give it a try. Nope, nothing. Doesn't look like anything's happened. Okay. What else we got to work with here? Is there anything else on this? I don't think so. But then again, we got kind of burned at one point by assuming things weren't investigatable that were.
The mouse. The keyboard. This monitor doesn't have a power cable, so one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor. And the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this.
Well, what's wrong?
This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not going to fit is what I'm saying.
In other words, we're going to need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs, huh?
That's right.
Okay, so we're not ready to do this yet. Got a whole bunch of lockers. These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top.
Let's see if there's anything useful in here. And no, nothing.
Well, worth a shot.
A whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yep, just as I thought. Lock tight all 9 of them.
I wonder if there's anything important in there.
They're cardboard boxes. There's some papers and stuff in them.
What's in the boxes? They look quite full.
As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments, but it's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it.
Fair enough. What about these lockers? Oh, hey. Ethanol. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol.
Anhydrous. Is that different from the regular ethanol?
Come on, that's common knowledge. That's painfully common knowledge in the boxing world. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. Can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. You know, if that's the kind of thing one we're inclined to need to do.
Well, I guess that's all there is.
All right. That appears to be all we got here.
Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I going to wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that. You're scaring me.
Oh, we don't have anything for her to wipe with? I don't recall seeing anything else.
Oh, are those sheets of cloth right there?
Yep.
Clover, can you use the cloth on the table? Use, Soak it in ethanol and then use it to wash off all the stuff from the permanent marker, okay? Right, okay, so I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol.
Those in this game, characters really love to say one thing and then explain it right back with the same words the second time, huh?
Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Soak the cloth in ethanol and, Junpei, it's working. It's wiping the permanent ink off. Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found?
Yeah.
Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table.
Because making us interact with it every single time rather than...
I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers in some kind of grid. I can't see it from here. Clover, you've got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger.
It's going to be a Sudoku. I'm going to...
Stuff on the table seems like it's some kind of hint.
Oh, we got to go to the bars, don't we?
Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers on it acquired.
Excellent. I do love numbers.
Says it's on the file screen?
On the file screen. Okay.
Clover's note.
The note Clover copied from the stand of the laboratory has 4 numbers written in 3 separate cells.
3, 2, 4, 1. So is it a magic square where we need it all to be 9?
You can't do that with the digits 1 through 9, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try using those.
It sure seems like those things are a grid that those numbers would be useful for.
Right? It really does. Can we hand her the cable or something?
I hope those numbers are going to be helpful.
Yeah, me too.
Let's try interacting with the computer. Just in case. Okay.
Nothing here.
What about the door things?
The door, these down here?
No, on the doors into and out of the room. Okay, doesn't seem relevant to those.
All right.
Interesting.
There's nothing we can get Clover to do.
Hey, Clover, how are the power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. Guess she does have to kind of crouch down to get a look under there. Cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Damn it, that's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector. It's a sort of thing that makes the plug with the 3 metal thingies into a plug with 2 metal thingies. Still useless? Not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay. Can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. All right, unplugged. I'll hand it to you over at the bars, okay?
I'm glad she's at least helping us out in the puzzle and not too much in her own head right now.
Yeah. Here you go. The 2-prong plug. Thanks.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and combine that.
Okay, put the 2-prong plug onto the head of this power cable.
Yes! At last. How many prongs do you have, huh?
Several.
What do you do with them?
It's unclear. All right, I've got the 2-pronged power cable in my hand. I'm pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go, and let's just plug this thing into the monitor. All right, that ought to do it.
All right, let's turn the power on.
I don't think anything's gonna happen.
And why not?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer.
You never know until you try.
Pretty optimistic.
Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor.
Oh, that worked.
The soft hum it turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. Updating RSF file, make dir, make BC, 27.3 seconds, start?
What?
He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this.
It's running on its own.
Certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda weird?
What?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working?
Oh, the very mid-aughts feeling of, why is there no tower for this desktop computer? Maybe it's a wireless display? Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus.
Oh, wireless display.
Yeah, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? You know, like they do in Bird Society? He most certainly had not, but...
Is that normal?
Yeah, I mean, at least where I worked.
Huh?
Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Looks like we need to enter a password.
Again? There must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you gonna do?
See if I can get this baby to play Bad Apple. I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
Lotus?
Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left, then right. I'm jacked in. All right, let's kick some ass. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. And then before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed. The click-clack of the keys were running together like machine gun fire.
What?
Settle down, console cowboy. Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you?
Of course I didn't. You're typing so fast I can't even see your fingers.
Lotus grinned, pleased with herself.
Well, at any rate, you're pretty amazing.
Did you fall for me again?
Whoa, what do you mean again? I'm not into you.
I know. Don't be so stubborn, you shy boy.
I'm not being stubborn, I'm not shy, and I'm not a boy. I'm a young, healthy, 21-year-old man. I'm not gonna fall for an old lady like you.
Suddenly, the guttural roar of a furious animal filled the room. Or so Junpei thought for just a moment. Lotus's hand suddenly stopped and her shoulders stiffened. Old lady? Did you just say old lady?
Well,
Aw, crap, thought Junpei.
I went too far. Oh, well, it was a nice life while it lasted.
I've had enough of you. Go somewhere else. You're bothering me.
What?
Go see if you can find a password hint or something. I'll try to open this from here. You're distracting me. Go, now. Lotus waved her hand in the universal gesture of dismissal, and Junpei was clearly not wanted.
Fine, I guess I'll go. Time to cut my losses.
Junpei thought, and left as quietly and inoffensively as he could. Junpei wandered around the room for a while looking for anything that might help find a password for the computer. Unfortunately...
Nothing. No clues whatsoever. Clover didn't find anything useful in the laboratory either. Damn, looks like we've hit a dead end this time.
But just as he was about to tell Lotus that his search had been returned nothing. All right, bullseye. Junpei, I did it. Excited cheering erupted from near the monitor.
What?
He hurried back to find Lotus looking rather smug.
Let me see.
She gestured for him to take a look at the screen, and he did. The strange text from before was gone. In its place was something entirely different. 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 square.
What is that?
I don't have any idea. It just showed up after I cracked the password.
You think it's a puzzle?
Certainly looks like one. So wait, she knew what the password was. Or was able to make a reasonable guess at it.
Yeah.
And we know that she has some idea what this place might be based on her suspicions of what happened to her children.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting.
She also mentions wireless monitors being a normal thing at her job. What is her job?
Yeah, what is her job, right?
Because everyone's been saying, oh, the dancer. But that doesn't seem like a job that involves wireless monitors, does it?
Unless it is.
Maybe it is, but...
I would not know. As she spoke, Lotus stood up.
Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See, the keyboard, nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, all right? I did my part.
Well...
He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. Interesting that this puzzle also seems to necessitate Lotus being here.
Does it? Maybe there's another way.
Not with the group we had. That's... Maybe.
Maybe there's just something that we completely overlook that somebody else finds.
Maybe. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground.
I shouldn't rely on other people so much.
Junpei thought to himself.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. Make sure you know when you should thank people, all right?
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. All right, so we have, what was it? 1, 2...
So when I press one of the panels, the colors of the ones next to it switch. Oh, looks like there's some text here. All panels green equals unlock. Restriction, no more than 4 attempts, will automatically reset after failure. In other words, I have to get all the panels green in less than 4 tries.
Oh, I'm having flashbacks already.
Yeah?
To that one... You know what I'm talking about.
The puzzle thingy that I made you help me with?
The one that made me do way more Sudoku than I was prepared to do that evening. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's bottom right, upper left, middle. Got it.
Let's try that. Maybe I should...
Yeah, okay.
Instructions, etc.
Etc.
All right. Wow. All right.
Hey, Junpei. Are you jacked in?
I'm jacked in.
Hell yeah.
I solved it.
Did you hear a noise just now?
Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking.
Where did it come from?
Oh, the lockers.
Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green.
Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. What's in here? Keys? There's more than one key in here.
The one is small, and this one looks like it goes to some sort of machine. This one has the Earth symbol on it.
I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in a door on the A deck.
Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now.
All right then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now, as for the other key...
Activation key.
What key is this?
From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh.
What is it?
I wonder, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing?
The activation key?
Yeah, it has to be. I feel good about this.
It's like a bike lock key. Oh. It was just at this moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover.
What's up? Well, never mind. Hey, hold on a minute. What does... Sorry, just forget about it. It's nothing.
Before he could say anything else, she spun around and ran back down the stairs.
What the hell was that?
After waiting a few minutes to see if she would return, Junpei sighed, shook his head, and went back to searching.
Can we take a look and see if anything is different down there?
Yeah. Nothing yet.
Okay. I was curious if something changed, and that was the cue. But it seems like no.
The other thing, I wonder if that changes whether or not based on whether or not we spoke to her in the hallway earlier.
Maybe. This key, the shape sure makes it seem like it goes to this machine. All right, I'm turning it on. Okay, the monitor is on now. And it's full of letters.
It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay.
It says power restored to experimental device. Typing on this keyboard isn't doing squat.
Alright, so what's the experimental device?
Probably the thing in the chamber. This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under this table. Junpei, this thing in here is on now. Yeah, that's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn, turn, turn.
Oh, I love that song.
I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under this table. It's a rack. There's some cables on top with copper wire exposed. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the hell were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans, probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. There's a mannequin lying on the exam table. I can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head.
Maybe if you increase the voltage?
Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey. Wait, Clover.
It's over 9,000.
Aw, shit. What? I think,
Oh, cutscene time.
Oh my god, the mannequin's head. Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. What the hell?
Fire detected. Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately.
The mannequin's head is on fire. Okay, it looks kind of funny, but this is no laughing matter. If I don't do something, Clover will...
Alright, hold on. That's still closed.
Oh. Junpei, look at the light.
Yes, it's green. The emergency system has activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. Junpei. Come on, kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not all right. What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Sorry, I was going as fast as I could.
You two can do this later. Right now we need to get the hell out of here. Fire's not going to stay in that room forever.
Well, that was tidy.
Yeah. We found it.
Excellent. It's weird that setting something on fire is an active part of the puzzle solution.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem sustainable, right? Regardless, hopefully you'll join us next time when we'll see what happens here. And where are we looking on this chart here? Looks like we're about to hit the part where these join up.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens down here.
I suppose
Maybe
we shall.
Get some more context for what was happening in these areas that we didn't quite understand. We'll see you then, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.